Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, the total eclipse is over, but its afterglow is so wonderful and so sweet. Spectacular total eclipse has traveled through a large area of Mexico, United States, and Canada. The moon slowly, completely obscures the sun, makes the day sky suddenly dark as night. For a period of more than 4 minutes, it's an explosive and exciting feeling that tens of millions of people in North America, I had the opportunity to see it in person. If you don't have a chance, see for yourself this beautiful scene. It's not cool. In today's video, the Cool Top will bring all the best images about a total solar eclipse, August 4th, 2000, not 200. Besides, let's explore together. Beyond the Earth, the planets next to us. Is there an eclipse or not? Are you and your friends ready? Let's explore together. More than 1 o'clock in the morning, September 4th, 2024. By Vietnam time, the amazing display of the total eclipse begins. Full eclipse this time. It's called the Great American Solar Eclipse because its path extends across North America. 15 states can observe a total solar eclipse and more. 40 states can see a partial eclipse. People in Mexico, the United States, and Canada rush to see the total eclipse, create the atmosphere of a big festival. And what they get, it's a very satisfying performance. Here's the scene. People gather, Middle East casted nation email, in Washington to watch the eclipse. And this is an American University of Washington, D.C. student. Americans gather to watch the eclipse together. A scene like this. It can be seen anywhere the eclipse goes. The first total solar eclipse begins in Magellan, Mexico. This is a collage of total solar eclipses. Just before the total eclipse, the viewer can see the partial eclipse, when the moon partially covers the sun's disk. When the moon partially covers the sun's disk, glistening through the valley, on the outer surface of the moon. Emotions explode. When the moon completely covers the sun, the sky became as black as ink. It's a total solar eclipse. Happens at a time of 4 minutes, 28 seconds. It's a beautiful sight in Korea and Mexico. It also attracts a lot of people to watch the eclipse. While the total solar eclipse happened in Mexico, it's in Texas. The moon began to carve the sun into a thin piece. These are the times of total solar eclipses. Above the sky, Bloomington City, Indiana, USA. This image is a spectacular sight. They get a lot of likes on social media. The past days, a plane flying by. When the whole art is happening at Bloomington City, Indiana, USA. It's a sight that must be lucky. Can be photographed. Beautiful photo. This is the sun reaching total phenomenon in the main house. The moon completely covers the sun. And this is the sun's glow. Shining through the top, electric stadium light during a total solar eclipse in Ohio. This is a partial eclipse, caused dizziness among the rolling clouds on the roof of the U.S. Capitol. On Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., the sun's rings glowed in the dark sky. When the total eclipse in Glover Vermin. The Japanese dress is very big this time because the sun is at its peak in its 11-year cycle. A total solar eclipse this year attract viewers in the U.S. It's the 6th century with about 31 to 6 million people living in the path area of a total solar eclipse. Significantly more than 12 million people of the 2017 total solar eclipse. And this is the Photographers Association in Canada, watching the moon block out the sun. During the eclipse in Quebec, Canada. In Canada, the weather is not good. But 309 people dressed up as the sun, concentrated in the area of Niagara Falls, Canada, to win 6 Guinness World Records. No less spectacular is the dog Mirad, waiting for a total solar eclipse in a reserve in Canada. The eclipse is over, but its impressive images still lingering in our minds. So have you ever wondered that whether there are eclipses on other planets? And if so, what would it look like? The fact that some planets have eclipses, while some are not. An eclipse occurs when the moon is in the middle, Earth and the sun, on the same straight line. So the conditions needed for an eclipse to occur, that planets must have natural satellites. With glass and Venus, there are no natural satellites. So there's no possibility of an eclipse. And other planets like Mars and Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune can have solar eclipses because of them. There are natural satellites. Sufficient conditions for an eclipse to occur is that this satellite is big enough to obscure the sun's disk. It's in a straight line with the moon, in the middle. Mars has two small moons, Phobos and Deimos. But these two satellites are so small, so there's no total solar eclipse on Mars. It's only a partial eclipse. In 2020 seconds, NASA's Perseverance robot, as we head towards the bed of ancient Lake C0, it turned its camera to the sky. Catch the whole moment, a unique eclipse on the red planet. This is an eclipse made by the moon Phobos. Solar eclipses on Mars occur quite frequently. The speed of the satellites is very fast. NASA has recorded 10 times. Solar eclipse on Mars. What's special about them is that they happen very quickly, in just 10 seconds, during an eclipse on Earth. It usually lasts a few minutes. In addition to the gas planets like Jupiter and Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, they all have satellites and can cover the visible surface of the sun. So these planets will produce a total solar eclipse. However, because these planets don't have clear solid surfaces, so we don't have a chance to stand up there watching. Jupiter has 95 known natural satellites, and among them, Ganymedes is the largest satellite in the solar system. When this satellite is on the same plane as the sun, there's going to be a total solar eclipse on Jupiter, the 15th of August 2021. Christopher, an amateur astronomer in the Philippines, that captured these dramatic scenes. When 3 eclipses occur at the same time, 3 giant moons of Jupiter, including Europa, Genital, and Callisto goes between the planet and the sun. That's 3 solar eclipses at the same time. All the regions of Jupiter, in the darkness of the moon, there's an eclipse. Observed from Earth, we call it the transit phenomenon. According to calculations, it must be 2032. There will be 3 solar eclipses at the same time next time. You see that? Earth. It's still the best place to watch the eclipse, in the solar system, with a magical setting, the distance from the sun to the Earth. That's 400 times the distance from the moon to the Earth, the size of the sun. It's about 400 times the size of the moon. So look at the sky. The moon and the sun is about the same apparent size. When the total eclipse, it happens that the moon completely covers the sun, only to reveal the bright brim. It's a spectacular sight that a lot of people were fascinated by. If you missed the eclipse on the night of April 8th, you can review the event in the live video section of Good. It's interesting now. Hi, and see you in the next video. Goodbye, dear.